Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back. And welcome to our new subscribers, our long-term subscribers, and welcome to anyone drifting past who isn't yet a subscriber. Well, we're going to be carrying on with our haul from Oliver Bonas. And today we're going to make a suitcase style box, I suppose you call it. So we've got it like that at the front, like that. I've got some little tabs on there just for a little bit of extra detail. We've got some bands, I suppose you call them a belly band. So what we do, we take these off. I made this last night, so it should be nice and stuck by now. This was made from one of the wrapping papers. And this box can be made from one piece of wrapping paper, and I put it on some cardstock, some 300 GSM cardstock. Open up. Oh, that's just spoilt the secret as to what we're going to make next time. We're going to make a card to go inside it. But we're not going to do that today, so I'll pop that to one side. Sorry about that. But that's our empty box inside, our empty suitcase. So all we do is we pop the lid down like that. We can put our bands back on. I've made mine a bit snug, but that's all right. It's only card. We can re-stick it. It's no problem. So we can slip our bands on like that. And there we go. So that is our little suitcase. But today we're going to make a larger version. It'll look like this, but it's going to be a bit bigger. So I'm going to pop that to one side for now. So we're going to make a big project. Bigger than 12 by 12 even. And I'll show you how we get around scoring that. So you will need 2 pieces of A3 cardstock. Now I've used white cardstock on the back. This is just plain white cardstock, or you can use watercolour paper if you like. So actually that's what this is, watercolour paper. And if yours is going to be directional as this is, make sure you score it the right way around. Or when we come to do this bit, this is the lid. I've already done the base part because putting it together we do it almost the same way. So I'm going to show you. I have actually done the scoring. You score it at 2 inches. On this one, you score it at 2 inches all the way around. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab my scoreboard and show you how we get around scoring anything that's longer than 12 by 12, because most of our scoreboards only go up to 12 by 12. Now I am working on designing and hopefully making one that goes up to 20 by 20, but I haven't quite got there yet. But I'm working on it. In my head, I'm working on it. So what we do, in this case it's 2 inches. I've marked mine. So you go up, you take your score tool and you go down as far as you can. And then what you do is you take your card, slide it up like that, find the 2-inch track, or in this case 2-inch track, and slide down to the end. So that's how you get around doing or scoring anything that is longer than 12 by 12. So we're just going to pop that back in there. Sorry about the snap. And I'm going to slide my board on the floor beside me so that I don't knock anything over, or it doesn't go bang in the middle of the video or fall down in the middle of the video. We don't want that. So now what we need a pair of scissors. Now I'd suggest using a large pair of scissors for this, because we need to make a few cuts. So actually it might be better to do it on the back, simply because it's easier to see the score lines, especially if you're using pattern paper. So just cut up to that first score line. Just cut up to where the score lines cross. So we're going to do that on all 4 corners. So we'll turn it round and we'll cut up. So as you can see, this is quite a bit bigger than the sample one that I showed you. So if you're going on holiday and you want to take some of your crafting bits and pieces with you, some of your crafting tools and projects, you can make your very own suitcase to put them in, if you want to. And we fold in our tabs. Now, this is the base. This is the box. I'm going to show you the base. This is the lid, I beg your pardon. This is how we make the base. What we do with the base is once we've cut our tabs, we fold them in on all 4 corners, and so we've got what looks like the bottom or the base of an ordinary box. So that's what we do for that, but we do it slightly different to the lid, or for the lid. So we're going to just fold in all of our corners to begin with. So give that a good press. And now what we need to do, we need to make sure we know where the top is, because that's important. So the top part, in this case, we want our birds. We've got two little birds there, or two blue birds. And we want those facing forward. We don't want any upside down lids. So what I'm going to do, actually, having said that, I am going to turn it upside down just for a second. Because unlike the base, where we glued all four corners together, this bit, which is going at the back, we're going to chop those off. We're going to cut these bits off completely, just these four corners, these little squares. We don't want them anymore. So we're just going to chop them off. I'll show you why in just a second. Because this is the back. And for the back of the lid, we do it slightly different. So we're just going to cut those corners off, turn it round and flip it over. So what we're going to do here, we're going to bring in the front tabs. I'm going to use red rubber tape now that I've got some. I ran out yesterday, so when I went shopping this morning, I went and got some more. I brought the last 6 rolls they had, or last 6 packs that they had. We're going to put this, we're going to put it fairly thickly on there. And incidentally, I used a glue stick to attach the paper to my cardstock. And I'm going to bring that up like that. So if I put that round to the camera like that, we're going to fold that over, bring the short end up where they meet. So that edge needs to be right on the crease. Give it a good push, and then I would suggest just pinch the corner like that. It just helps it stay together and gives it a better shape. And we're going to do the same to the opposite corner. We've already got some sticky stuff on it. So I'm going to just fold that in a bit better actually. Give your score lines a good press. So that tab goes on the inside of our lid. So bring that up, make sure it lines up. Now that can happen sometimes. It shouldn't, but it does. So if that does come over the top like that, what we need to do, we don't worry about it. We just take a pair of scissors like that, cut it down, and then just level it off. That's all we have to do. We don't worry about things like that. Well, I certainly don't anyway. So that's all we do. Now, what we need to do now, so now we have the lid of our box like that. So what we need to do now is bring that back in, and on the edge, it might be easier to show you if I do it on the edge. So again, I'm going to put some runner tape all along actually, do you know what? I'm going to do it this way. No, it's going to be easier if I show you this way. So on the inside of the flap, you can use glue if you want to. I'm just using runner tape because I've got it on my box or on my desk. So we put some runner tape. Now this is the back, it's not going to show, so if it starts to tear like mine is, don't worry about it. Just go back the other way. So what I might do as well, to make sure that that sticks, I might very well, in fact I think I probably will, run some glue stick over there, some strong glue stick, just to stick all those bits down. So that'll add to, in this case it will add a bit of strength because I'm going to put it quite thick. Or you could put some strong glue such as tacky glue. But I didn't get my tacky glue out today, so I'm not using it. So there we go. So I'm going to turn that over, and what we're going to do, that bit is going to go against the back of our suitcase, like, oh, it's a bit difficult because it's so big, like that. That's going to go along the back of our suitcase, and because we've got that glue on there, it actually makes it easier to slide it into place. So bring that out, bring your sides out like that. Line that up, find one edge like that. Line it up and press it down so that the score line comes just above the line of the box, the edge of the box, like that. So give it a good press, like that. And then we're going to fold that down, and that should folds down quite nicely like that. So you've got the beginnings of your suitcase already. Now what we need to do is make it into a suitcase. So first of all, I'm going to do the decoration on the top, and again I'm going to use a glue stick for this. So I'm just going to pop that up there. This is a piece of dark blue card. I've just found some blue card that I've got in my card stash, which is over on the other side of my craft room. And I'm going, again, just like I did in the other one, I'm going to pop that in the middle. Now, if you want to do the same size as mine, my largest circle measures 4¼ diameter, 4¼ inch, and the diameter is the bit that goes across the middle. And I cut another one out with the birdie on it, and that is 3¼ inch diameter. And again, we are going to pop some glue on there like that. Make sure we get it to the edge because we don't want it lifting. Oops. Oh, we'll put that over there for a minute. And pop it on there like that. So because we're using glue, we've got some time to get it in the right place, or where we want it anyway. So I'm happy with that position. So that's looking good. Now we are going to make some bands for this to go around the outside to hold the thing together. Now my bands, what I've done, because it's such a large one, I've had to cut a piece of A4 down its length, and I've glued them together in the middle there. And what we're going to do, we're going to put them there like that. The easiest way to guess or decide how long you want them is bring them over. You don't want them too tight because you need to be able to slide the things off. So bring it up to about where you want it. So I'm not measuring this, I'm just bringing it round. So I don't want it too tight. So where I want it, I'm going to fold that back, grab a pair of scissors. Where I folded it back, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to leave that there. Actually, I'm just going to, yeah, that'll do. We can always slide it over a bit later on. Again, bring in our runner tape. Put a little, this doesn't have to, it's not holding any strength, it's just ready for decoration. We're going to pull it over, not too tight. So just there, I think. And give it a good press like that. Like that. So we've got that there and that there, and it still slides. And we're going to do that again with the other side, just to show you. So we're going to put that there like that. Turn it over. It will move about a bit until we've got it into place, but don't worry. Just slide it back into place where you want it, like that. We're going to bring that bit over there. Bring that bit, actually we could do it the other way. Bring that bit there, bring that bit there. Where we want it to overlap, fold it back. And that will give us a guide as to where we want to cut it. So we want to cut it about there. So I'm going to cut that there, hold that down, bring that forward. So I'm showing this to you on both in case you're new to this and you've not done this type of thing before. And we're going to bring that over and just join the two pieces together like that. So we've still got room to slide it across. So bring it back. All we've got to do now is make our handle. Now you can make your handle any size you like. Now I have made mine, I think I made it about 8 inches. So yeah, mine is about 8 inches roughly. It doesn't have to be exact. And I've folded it at 1/2 inch, or roughly 1/2 inch anyway, at either end. And to give it a curl, all I did was I put it between my thumb and my finger. And I gave it, I just ran it through like that. That will put a curl, a natural curl. So you might have to just fold those end bits in again. So all we do now, again, I'm going to use runner tape because we're not going to be lifting it up with the handle. This is really just for decoration. So we're going to put a bit of tape on there. So if I lift that up so that you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to pop that there. I'm going to do the same on the other end, and then we're almost finished. So relatively quick and easy today. So again, we're just going to run some tape. Again, you can use glue if you want to. So I'm just going to pop that about there-ish. Doesn't really matter where you put it. You can put it wherever you want. We could have made it a bit wider, but I don't mind, that's bigger handle. Now, just to finish that off, you don't have to do this bit if you don't want to, but in my stash, I found some self-adhesive bling. So all I'm going to do, if I again, I'll tilt it to the camera, and I'm going to just pop those on there. It doesn't make this any stronger, it just makes it look like it's got a bit of hardware on it, so some studs or something like that. So, but again, you don't have to do this bit if you don't want to. So I'm just going to pop that on there like that. And there you go, guys. There we are done. There is your suitcase. So you can put all sorts of things in here. You can put your crafting things in here if you're going on holiday and you want to take them with you. So all we do now is we take our band off like this. So take our bands off. There should be, hopefully the glue will be dry enough to open the thing without the lid falling off. But really you should leave this to dry if you're using glue. And it did. Yeah, that will need time to dry because it's got glue on it. So don't mess about with it like I do. Give it a chance to dry. So we'll just slide that down, put it back together again. And I think we'll leave it alone and give it a chance to dry. But I would suggest at least an hour, or to be absolutely safe, leave it overnight, even if it's only glue stick. So we're going to leave that alone to dry now. I'm going to stop messing about with it. But if you wanted to, you can make the smaller one and put like that, and then you've got a stacking set of suitcases like that. So I'm going to just put that one to the side for the time being. There you go, guys. There is our suitcase box. We could call it a suitcase if you wanted to. So there is our suitcase style box. How about that for a title? And next time I come back, I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to make to put inside of here. So of course you can put whatever you like in there, but I'm going to come back next time and I'll show you what I'm going to make to pop inside here. So I hope you can join me for that. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Do take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.